Before Noah built the ark, before Abraham was called, before the 10 Commandments were written in stone, there was a man so unique, so righteous, that he never tasted death. His name was Enoch, and his story remains one of the greatest mysteries in the Bible. So Enoch walked with God, and one day he simply vanished. Taken, gone. But who was this man? What made him so special? And does his life hold a hidden message for us today? Welcome to Bible Stories from the Angel of Love. If you love diving into the deep mysteries of the Bible, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss an episode. And if you're as fascinated by Enoch's story as we are, give this video a like. It helps us bring more content like this to you. Let's go back to the earliest days of mankind. Enoch lived in a time long before the flood, before the world was wiped clean of its corruption. He was the great-grandfather of Noah, and his story is briefly mentioned in Genesis. Genesis 5:24 tells us, Enoch walked with God, and he was not, for God took him. But what does that mean? The Bible gives no account of his death, only that he was taken. He and Elijah are the only 2 men in history who escaped death in such a mysterious way. Some believe Enoch was a prophet, warning the people of his time of the judgment to come. Others see him as a shadow, a foreshadowing of something greater, perhaps even the rapture itself. Now, here's where things get even more fascinating. In the genealogy from Adam to Noah, each name carries a specific meaning. When you translate those meanings, an astonishing message appears. Adam means man. Seth means appointed. Enosh means mortal. Kenan means sorrow. Mahal means the blessed God. Jared means shall come down. Enoch means teaching. Methuselah means his death shall bring. Lamech means the despairing. Noah means rest or comfort. Put together, these names tell a prophetic story. Man is appointed mortal sorrow, but the blessed God shall come down, teaching that his death shall bring the despairing rest. Does that sound familiar? It should. It's the gospel, hidden in the first 10 names of the Bible, a prophecy of Jesus Christ, long before he was ever born. Coincidence or divine design? But there's more to Enoch's story than meets the eye. Some ancient texts, including the Book of Enoch, describe a time when fallen angels called the Watchers came down to earth and corrupted mankind. Do not these angels took human wives, producing the Nephilim, giant beings of great strength and wickedness. Their influence led to a world filled with sin, violence, and rebellion against God. It is believed that Enoch warned his generation about the coming destruction. His prophecies, preserved in the Book of Enoch, describe visions of the end times, the final judgment, and the coming of the Messiah. Interestingly, the New Testament book of Jude directly references one of Enoch's prophecies. Behold, the Lord comes with 10,000s of his saints to execute judgment on all. Jude 1:14-15. This means Enoch's words were known and respected by early Christians. But why isn't his book included in the Bible? Was it too mysterious, too controversial, or was it simply not meant for us to read? Here's something to consider. Enoch's sudden disappearance, his being taken by God, is eerily similar to a future event described in 1 Thessalonians 4:17. Then we who are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air. Many believe that Enoch's story is a foreshadowing of the rapture, the moment when believers in Christ will be taken up before the final judgment. Think about it. Enoch lived just before the flood, a time of increasing wickedness and coming judgment. He was taken by God before the flood arrived. Could this be a pattern? A sign that just as Enoch was spared from the flood, believers will be spared from the coming tribulation. The Bible tells us in Matthew 24:37, As it was in the days of Noah, so it will be at the coming of the Son of Man. If we are truly living in the last days, then the story of Enoch is more relevant now than ever before. So what does this all mean for us? Enoch's life teaches us 3 powerful lessons. Walk with God. Enoch didn't just believe in God, he walked with him daily. His faith was active, not passive. Stay righteous in a corrupt world. Even when the world around him was filled with sin, Enoch remained faithful. Be ready for God's timing. Enoch didn't know the exact moment he would be taken, but he was always prepared. We live in uncertain times, just as Enoch did. The world grows darker. The morality fades. People turn away from God. But just like Enoch, we are called to walk with him, to stand firm and to be ready. Because one day, in the blink of an eye, those who walk with God may just disappear, just like Enoch did. If this message resonated with you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. What do you think about Enoch's story? Is it a hidden clue about the end times? Let us know in the comments. And before you go, make sure to subscribe for more biblical mysteries, prophecy insights, and deep explorations of God's Word. Until next time, stay strong in faith and keep walking with God.